Hello everyone and welcome to another lesson of how to speak Bosnian. Today we will learn about plurals in Bosnian language. Množina, plurals. Today we will learn about masculine, feminine, neuter nouns and some irregulars and exceptions in Bosnian language. Množina, plurals. Masculine nouns in Bosnian language are usually end with a consonant, right? So to make a plural, we would add E or I in English. So masculine noun plus I creates plural. So for example, as you see in our little chart here, we have several examples. We have telephone. Telephone is a one telephone. To make multiple telephones, we would say telefoni, telefoni. Kišobran, kišobran, umbrella. Kišobrani, kišobrani, umbrellas. Student, student, one student, singular. Studenti, studenti, students. So as you can see, they're all the ones in the red are the ones that are being affected with this change. So for example, in a Kišobran or a student, all actually three examples. You will see the last letter I have marked red. So basically, whatever noun you have, you need to first distinguish: is this noun is a masculine or feminine noun? Remember, if it ends in a consonant, the noun is masculine. If it ends on a or on a vowel, it is a feminine noun. We do have some irregulars, of course, but that's the general rule. And if it ends on E or A or O, it is neuter noun. So here we have, for example, student. It ends on a consonant. It's a one A student. Studenti. We just add I in the end or E, and that becomes students. So let's look at the example below. Student je u učionici. Student je u učionici. The student is in the classroom. Studenti su u učionici. Studenti su u učionici. Students are in the classroom. So if you take a look at this ye and su, which is highlighted in green, this is just to correspond in English is or are. So obviously we know that if it's one student, then we need to use the singular form of verb to be. So student je u učionici, we are using is, the student is in the classroom, versus students, we need to use are. Students are in the classroom, right? That's why we have su right next to studenti. But you have to keep in mind some masculine nouns that are changing. So masculine nouns with a monosyllabic stem usually add the syllable of and before the plural ending. And if the final stem consonant is soft, then we will be adding the syllable ev or ev. Also, the nouns whose stem end on a or e will shift to ch before adding the syllable ev. So let's take a look at some of these nouns that are masculine but actually change in the plural. They do not just get the I like the regular nouns. So for example, grad, city, grad, city, right? The plural noun would be, the plural version of this noun would be gradovi, gradovi. Posao, posao, job or work. Poslovi, poslovi. Muž, muž, husband. Muževi, muževi, husbands. Otac, otac. There's a whole bunch of a sound change that happens in this noun otac, and in the end, the final outcome becomes očevi, očevi, fathers. So keep in mind the nouns that end on these sounds. So ц, č, č, j, y, l, ny, sh, and zh will have, in a plural, they will have evi ending. So if you look at muž, husband, it will become muževi. That's because it ends on the zh sound. So a lot of other ones, if they end on the y or l or ny or any of those sounds, they will have the same ending in plural. Now let's take a look at množina or plurals for feminine nouns. For feminine nouns in Bosnian language, it's very easy to make a plural out of feminine nouns. You just simply add a at the end. So I have 4 examples here. Žena, žena, woman, žene, žene, women, kuća, kuća, house, kuće, kuće, houses, država, država, country, države, države, countries, plaža, plaža, beach, plaže, plaže, beaches. So as if you probably know this, so all of these on the left side are have highlighted the last letter, I guess, of the noun of each noun, and the last letter is highlighted in red. That only is to demonstrate to you that all of these nouns end on a, therefore they're feminine. So in order to make them plural, we will take that a away, and then we will add a at the end, or e in English, to make them plural nouns. So let's take a look at the example below. Ko je ona žena? Ko je ona žena? Who is that woman? Ko su one žene? Ko su one žene? Who are those women? So as if you're already noticing that I have already highlighted the ye and su in here. So ye and su, again, just like in the previous example for masculine nouns, is ye is demonstrating one woman, su is demonstrating plural. So žena in the first example, koja ona žena, who is that woman? So we're just talking about one woman, therefore we're using ye, and then we're using also singular form, žena. Ko su one žene, su is referring to women, therefore we're having su, who are those women. So žena goes into žene, and that's how we are using the plural in this example. Množina for neuter nouns. So neuter nouns is also not much trouble like in a feminine nouns as well. Super simple. We just add a to the end of the noun in order to make the plural. So for example, we have srce, srce, heart, srca, srca, hearts, more, more, sea, mora, mora, seas, selo, selo, village, sela, sela, villages. More je nepredvidljivo. More je nepredvidljivo. The sea is unpredictable. Mora su nepredvidljiva. Mora su nepredvidljiva. The seas are unpredictable. So here in the second example, we have the a that's also highlighted, and that is because we're talking about mora as in plural, and we're describing what kind of seas are they. So where it has to match the noun itself. So that's why we have mora su nepredvidljiva in the second example. Take a look at množina or plurals for masculine nouns that end on at. So for example, in Bosnian language, we call this a fleeting a or movable a. So if you have a noun such as muškarac, muškarac, which is a man or a male individual. So if we had added the I to this noun, it would kind of sound weird. It would be difficult to pronounce it. And so what we do is we take the second A out, and then we have the muškarci noun. muškarci, without the second A. Amerikanac, Amerikanac, an American. Amerikanci, Amerikanci, plural, Americans. Bosanac, Bosanac, Bosnian. Bosanci, Bosanci, Bosnians. So all of the nouns that end on ats in Bosnian language that are masculine nouns ending on ats, in plural, we will take that second A and we will move it out, and then we will just add the regular I to the end of the noun to make plurals. Da li je on Bosanac? Da li je on Bosanac? Is he Bosnian? U stvari, svi su Bosanci. U stvari, svi su Bosanci. As a matter of fact, or in fact, they all are. And the last thing to look at is the množina, or the plurals for masculine nouns and sound changes in Bosnian language. In Bosnian language, if you have a noun that ends on ak or og or h or stuff like that, we will have in plural, that word or that noun will kind of change, and we call that it's a sound change. So if you have, for example, a noun like dječak, and then if you added I, it would be dječaki. But in Bosnian language, that is not allowed. So we would that K will then change into the new sound, the ts sound. So if you see here on the left side, you will see K plus I is not allowed in Bosnian, and therefore we will have a ts sound. G plus I in Bosnian is not allowed either, so we will then have a new sound, which is z sound, and h or h plus I in Bosnian language is also not. Again, we're talking about masculine nouns in the plurals, is not allowed and will become s sound. So if you have a noun like dječak, a boy, in the plural that becomes dječaci, because that k plus I gets us the ts sound, and in the regular masculine plural we add I in the end. Therefore, that's how we get dječaci. The second one, momak. Here we also have the fleeting A, right? Momak becomes momci. Razlog, reason. Razlozi, because razlog, G plus I gives us Z sound. And plus the new I again, we have razlozi. Grijeh, sin. Grijesi, sins. Predsjednik, predsjednici, presidents. Because when we have ik, we will have the C sound in the end as well. This is really important in Bosnian language when you're creating plurals for masculine nouns. Today we'll learn about množina, or plurals in Bosnian language, and we looked at some masculine, feminine, neuter, and nouns and irregulars and exceptions as well. Now I have one small assignment for everyone who's willing to learn. So I would like for you guys to write to me in the comments below. How would you make these nouns plural? So we have djevojka, majka, prijatelj, vojnik, slučaj, dan, učenik, cilj, I put. That would be all for today. Thank you for learning how to speak Bosnian with us today. For more awesome videos, don't forget to like us, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, ciao!